Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be checking out Green Lantern issue 4 by Jeremy Adams, Peter J. Tomasi, Zermanico and David LaFuente. Hal Jordan comes face to face with Sinestro, and we learn that Sinestro wants Hal's Green Lantern ring and he'll do anything to get it, like holding Coast City hostage with a few sonic bombs. This is all because he wants to get off of Earth and go home, citing the ring is the only thing that can get through the United Planet's quarantine they have set up on Earth's sector. Finally, Adams decides to broach this plotline, which was the whole reason this book kind of started and why Hal is back on Earth and was ringless. But much like Hal's ring returning, it's still very much shrouded in mystery and we don't get a lot of page time from it for some reason. It's still just kind of teased to us a little bit. Most of the issue is Hal's team up with the Flash, who comes to Coast City to help his friend deal with the sonic bombs Sinestro has deployed. The brave and the bold getting back together was done really well, and Adams made great use of both of their powers in tackling these sonic weapons. Barry ends up sticking around as well and helps Hal investigate Sinestro's attack on Ferris Air, finding that he seemingly didn't do anything to the new AI-powered jets that Carol has, although Barry notices that Sinestro placed something on the hull of the jets before removing it. What was interesting about this sequence was Carol's arrival and how she is more concerned about her company than Hal's hijinks and hates his personal squabble with Sinestro, and how that's now also stepping on her business. Hal and Barry end up teaming up again to defeat Major Disaster in Los Angeles, again with some pretty creative use of their powers from Adams, but this is all just to get Hal and Barry to have a moment together talking about Hal's situation with Carol. It's cool seeing Hal actually having grown as a character, so when the chips are down, he can admit that pining after Carol and chasing her even when she's engaged is pretty petty and kind of creepy of him. I'm also glad that Jeremy had one of Hal's friends come in and tell him to rein in chasing Carol a little so he doesn't look a little strange. I like that. I really enjoy that it was also Barry who did it, one of Hal's best friends. The plot finally comes back around to Sinestro and his plans, and Hal and Barry begin to piece together the alien tech Major Disaster was using was heavy duty stuff, and it means that there's some alien arms dealer working on Earth somewhere. But that's not all, since as predicted, the jets Sinestro tinkered with end up activating and blowing their way out of the Ferris airbase and heading high into the sky, most likely off to wherever Sinestro was hiding so he can use them against Hal in the next couple of issues. I am looking forward to seeing what Sinestro plans to do with the jets, since Sinestro rarely interferes with Hal's proper work side of things, and also brings the story round to Hal's first interaction with those drones, where he pushed them to their limits and almost broke them, and I assume that's going to be a big factor in him defeating them. The AI won't be able to keep up with him, and I'm really looking forward to that. Peter J. Tomasi, meanwhile, tells the surprising story of Corg, the son of Sinestro, who is trapped on the planet Zella and is trying to make a name for himself, beginning to try and rob a crooked casino of all its credits, although nothing ever seems to go his way. Young Corg is also intent on living up to his father's legend, and he tries real hard to sow fear into the hearts of criminals around him, but nothing ever works for him since, after all, he's just a kid, and the credits he steals for Nagaf, the man who looks after him and a bunch of various other orphaned children, ends up getting burned up and destroyed. I had a really fun time with this story, mainly because Corg is actively trying to become a villain and, like his supposed father, implementing things that he's heard about Sinestro over the years in how he works, and even paints up a little pencil mustache to mimic his own father. It's also very rare to see a story about a child who wants to become a villain and is actively going about it. Usually there is a turn where they're like, no, I want to be a hero, I want to be different from my father, but I like that they are doubling down on this, and hopefully that continues, and hopefully when he does eventually tie into the stuff with Lawzod coming up in the Sinister Sons, it doesn't turn out to be more cookie cutter like the Super Sons were, where it was very obvious where the story was going to go, and I would like to see them remain villains and see a different side of that, and a different side of Peter J. Tomasi's writing as well, since you obviously write villains different than you write heroes, so I'm very much looking forward to that. David LaFuente provides a very manga-inspired artwork for the story, and it fits the character and alien world really well, and despite being set on a dirty, crime-filled world, it's insanely colourful and bright, visualizing how a child without proper world experience would probably see the world. Overall, Green Lantern issue 4 was a fantastic issue that pushed the plot forward on the main story and gave us a pretty cool backup story to boot. I'm looking forward to where both these stories are going to go and where Hal's story with Sinestro is going to go specifically, because it's been a while since we've had a proper Green Lantern versus Sinestro story, so I'm very much looking forward to what Jeremy Adams is going to do in that in the coming issues. I'm going to give this issue an 8 out of 10, so definitely check it out.